Hey everybody, welcome to the Dex, where we cover trivia and strategy for a different Pokemon each week. I'm Pokemon Trainer Alex.
And I'm PokeKellz. Hey man, this is episode 100.
I know, isn't that weird?
Yeah, dude, I almost can't believe that we've made almost 2 years worth of this dang show. We love it, and we love Pokemon, and we love all of you out there too for watching.
Yeah, thanks folks. But now,
What?
I don't know, I feel like I want to do something special with today's episode. Do something we've never done before.
Oh, is that all? No, doy bro, I got you covered.
You do?
Yeah. Ladies and gents, introducing a whole new type of Dex episode. One that'll happen every once in a while where we cover a person in the Pokemon world. And honestly, where better to start than the OG trainer himself?
Oh yeah!
It's Red! Red is powerful. He's mysterious and he's silent. He appears in such a small portion of the games, but he's iconic, partially because he's the first, but also because he's so darn cool.
Yeah, man, but what mysteries can we solve about old Red? Who is he exactly? What does he symbolize? And why red of all things? You know what? Let's find out.
Red is the canonical protagonist of the first generation Pokemon games, but his first appearance as a non-player character is atop Mount Silver in Generation 2. He's got all those powerful Pokemon, especially that level 81 Pikachu, and when you beat him, the credits roll again. He's like the true final boss of Gen 2. But where did he get his start?
Red was a young lad from Pallet Town in the Kanto region who, along with a neighbor boy, received a Pokedex and a rare starter Pokemon from Professor Oak. With his new Pokepal by his side, he quickly showed an affinity for battling, defeating his rival, and catching more Pokemon in his quest to fill up the Pokedex and get all 8 Indigo League Pokemon badges.
On his way through Mount Moon, he first encountered Team Rocket, an organization aimed at making a profit off intimidation and fear. Despite the fact that he was only 10 years old, Red was able to defeat them again and again, finally stopping them cold during their takeover of Silphco in Saffron City. Isn't that crazy? 10 years old!
He kept going, collected all the badges, encountered a trio of legendary flying Pokemon, and conquered Victory Road before defeating some of the strongest trainers in the world, thereby becoming the champion of the Kanto region.
We don't exactly know why he went all Kung Fu Master and gave up his title for a life of solitude atop Mount Silver, but that's a pretty impressive resume when you lay it all out like that.
Yeah man, but you know what's even more interesting?
What?
Red's gone by so many names. Think of all the things everyone's called him in their own playthroughs of Red or Blue version.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But that's probably because rather than being a character central to the plot of the story, he's more meant to be a personification of the player themselves at their highest power.
You know, this gives me an idea for a new and ridiculous segment.
Oh yeah? Lay it on me, Slappy.
What?
Lay it on me, Slappy.
Whatever. I call it Tropesamon. Let's hit it!
When you run into Red in Gen 2, you know he's supposed to be you because he has the same sprite, but beyond that, look at all the Pokemon he has on his team, bros!
All the Gen 1 starters, including Pikachu from Yellow version, a Snorlax, and then depending on the game, Lapras or an Espeon. Oh, those are all Pokemon you obtain in a special way as you play through the game.
Yeah, when you fight him, you're expected to recognize him because of how memorable getting each of those Pokemon was. His team mimics your experience because he's supposed to be you in the last game, remember?
But that's not the only way he's meant to feel close to you, no, because in addition to all that, Game Freak has also employed a common trope that any lover of Nintendo must know, the silent protagonist.
Yeah, dude, it's a device that likely originated from tabletop RPG and choose-your-own-adventure games, which oftentimes don't require any spoken dialogue from the player.
And the silent protagonist is silent for a very specific reason. Any sort of voice that's not precisely in line with your imagination ruins your immersion. Leaving it up to you makes it feel like you're going through their journey yourself.
Yeah, and Nintendo does this all the time with almost every one of their characters. Link, Samus, and even Mario for the majority of their careers. Can you think of any more?
Usually the silent protagonist only ever chooses between yes or no, and any interaction with other characters talking is only implied. It's clever and sometimes even makes you yourself talk out loud to the screen. No? Anybody? Am I the only one who does that?
The silent protagonist is sometimes criticized as a cop-out, a poor narrative choice, and the signifier of a weak storyline, but we politely disagree. Maybe in a game based off reality, somebody who never talks is kind of bizarre, but in a fantasy world like Pokemon, it draws you into the world and helps you escape into it. Maybe that's why we all love Pokemon so much.
Wow, that was neat, but what do we do now?
What do you mean?
How do we do battle strategy for a man?
Oh, well, simple. We aren't. If you want a neat strategy breakdown for all the Pokemon on Red's Mount Silver team, follow the link in the description below for a special article about it on thatonevideogamer.com. But in the meantime, let's do another segment.
Cool! I got a good idea for one too. Colors have a special place in the Pokemon series, so let's talk about the color red. I call it Color Decoded.
Clever.
Red is likely named so because of the games themselves also being named after colors. The Pokemon manga continued this tradition, but it's very important to note that the game Red, manga Red, and Ash are not the same character. What is canon in the anime or in the manga is not canon in the games, and so on and so forth.
In Gen 1, the title character is depicted in the instruction manual as wearing a red hat and jacket, while the rival dresses in blue. This is probably because blue and red contrast each other in color theory, symbolizing the rivalry between the characters.
Other optional default names are Jack, which I don't really know the reason for that one, and Satoshi, which is also the original Japanese name for Ash in the anime, as a tribute to Pokemon's creator Satoshi Tajiri. So why is red the default?
Well, red as a color actually speaks a lot to the character himself. Red has intense historical significance, and it's all thanks to that sweet sanguine stuff flowing through our veins. Blood. Blood is life, and blood is red, ergo, red means life.
Multiple surveys have asked which colors evoke what feelings, and for red, the most common answers are heat, activity, passion, strength, anger, happiness, courage, and vitality. All stuff that's super true of red from the games.
And you know what else? Look at blue. Serenity, calm, sadness, harmony, infinity, cold, faithfulness, and distance. Maybe that doesn't describe blue from the outset, but what about blue the humbled champion? Pretty neat, right? And also the total opposite of red.
And that's it, Red, the original champion and mountaintop master. Thanks for sticking with us for 100 of these bad boys.
Yeah, man. If you haven't already, be sure and subscribe because we're not stopping anytime soon. And oh, hey, before we go, we thought we'd put something cool to a vote.
Yeah, we thought it might be fun if to mark 100 episodes, we started wearing lab coats in all our episodes from now on. We'd still change our shirts and stuff under them, but before we just did it, we wanted to know what you thought.
Use hashtag LabCoatsYes or hashtag LabCoatsNo on Twitter or in the comments below, and we'll see who won next week. Here's to 100 more. I'm Pokemon Trainer Alex.
And I'm PokeKellz. Tune in next week for episode number 101 of
TheNationalDex. Use lab coats yes or lab coats no. Gotta go to Twitter. Gotta go to the hashtag.
Alright, take it again.
And that's it, Red, the original championship. And that's it, Red, the original champion and mountaintop master. Thanks for sticking with us for 100 of these bad boys, guys.
Take that again.
100 of these bad boys.
Say like, and that's
For
it.
100 of these
Red.
bad boys. Okay. And that's it. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. And that's it, Red, the original champion and mountaintop.
I thought.
You can't 1, 2, 3 and go before everybody comes. 1, 2, 3 doesn't just make it like, oh, it's okay now.
I was like.